Now, the crazy thing about it, they found their luggage, but the very last day. Now, there was a letter that went out. There was also an announcement over the intercom, I think almost every day, describing what this luggage looked like, asking asking passengers to check your room, check your luggage. If there's an extra bag more than you brought onto the ship, please just let your cabin steward know.
Watching the typical I'll fake it till I make it channel. Hello, this is Evolving with Etta, and on my channel, we talk about life and relationships. So if you're ready for something real,
So stay tuned.
to evolve is to live.
So, can we skip to the good part? Now, I love our travel journey through life together, but I must say, cruising Carnival is my favorite thing that we've ever done. So, if you think this is something you'd be interested in, to hear about some Carnival cruising, stick around because what I'm about to chat about, not many talk about. At least if they do, don't talk often about. I am going to share my experience with Carnival Miracle, the Carnival Miracle. I don't know if anybody has ventured onto that ship lately, but that's a ship that used to be on the East Coast. Now it's on the West Coast. But while it was on the East Coast, we were on it. And I met a famous person, at least we like to think so anyway. And every time that we saw her, she asked us to call out this famous person's name. I'm not going to say the name yet. I will leave the name to the end of this video. And you let me know who you think she looked like, because she thinks she looked like someone in particular. And we called her that name every time we saw her, shouted out, took a picture with her and everything. It was hilarious. And we had a really, really good time. So stick around if this is something that you think you might be interested in. And if this is your first time here, welcome in. Thank you for stopping by and clicking in on my video. I hope this is something that you find very interesting and even want to come back for more. If you are returning subscribers, thank you for coming over and helping me get to 400 subscribers. 400 subscribers. Because of you, I am at 400 subscribers. I thank you very, very much. And very shortly we will be at 5. I will do a magnificent giveaway and I will get an opportunity to get on the community tab. That's going to be interesting and fun. So here we go. Now, as a couple, we get to sit with other couples, and a lot of times we'll just do 4 at a table. So, usually we get paired up with, as I don't know, it's just something that I think Carnival personally does. I think they just do it on purpose. So we always get paired up with a Caucasian couple, and it's wonderful for mingling because the conversations are interesting. So this particular couple that we were with this year, it was a they were wonderful, but they had an unfortunate experience. Their luggage was placed in someone else's cabin. And at the time, this was in 2004. So it was no COVID restrictions or nobody could enter your room or nothing like that. So even the stewards were in the room. And so if they didn't pick up on these things, I don't know, maybe they didn't think to look for these things, whatever. So, of course, like I said, it was the last day this luggage was found. So, this is what Carnival did for this couple each and every day. Now, of course, they did not come into the dining room for elegant night because there was no elegant attire that Carnival provided. So, but they did provide shirts, pants, shorts, socks for because they had pretty much felt like they lost their luggage, which is so crazy because it was in someone else's room. The room where it was two young guys. I think they said they were college age, and they partied the entire time. Partied the entire time. Hadn't even really gone into their own luggage, nonetheless looking for an additional piece of luggage. Yeah, as they were, putting bags out the night before is when they, of course, found these passengers' luggage. So, fortunately, every day when we talked about an excursion, what did you do? Carnival provided money for them to go on excursions because I guess they were really, really, really trying to find a way to make up for losing their luggage. I mean, when we were having dinner, they were giving them free drinks and things like that. I was just like, but it was really nice to hear the different things that Carnival did for this couple because they were in such a bad position. So we chatted, a lot. They did a few excursions. I guess they weren't like really up to a lot, but I mean, what else could they really do? They didn't have their own things, and they probably had specific outfits to wear to specific places. I know me myself would have been devastated. So, to not have my things. They made the best of it. And like I said, they were a wonderful couple. They were very, very, very nice and easy to talk to, great conversationalists. And, talked about family and things like that. So it was very, very easy. But, um, like I said, it's something that you don't hear a lot of people talk about the great things that Carnival will do for passengers, how they go out of their way just to be sure that, passengers have just better, more than just a great time. They really, try to compensate for this couple. And I mean, it was wonderful. It was just one of those experiences where it's wonderful to hear. So I just thought this would be a nice trip nice information to share because, Carnival really did outdo themselves this particular time. So, and on to the other fantastic things that we discovered on on the ship. It's always so cold. It's always freezing cold on the ship. So again, we were on the Carnival Miracle, and this, oh my God, was so so nice. There was a room called the Mad Hatter's Room. Like Alice in Wonderland. That was the theme, Alice in Wonderland. And it was the Mad Hatter's Room, and that is where they did karaoke. And they had heat. They had heat in this particular room. So every night, yeah. And they did karaoke every night. Every night we went to this room and we had a specific seating area because we knew exactly where the vents were, where we sat, and we just had a blast. It was just Howard and I. We did run into an old coworker of his, and the particular person that I told you that we shouted out her stage name, and people were like, oh my God, look. Because they could only see her from a distance. So in our minds, we were with stardom. We were with a celebrity. So that's what, yeah, that was like a going thing that we had the entire cruise. It just, it just made her day. It was funny too. I don't even remember what her real name was. I'm sure she told us. So, yes, we were in the Mad Hatter's room. This place had the best, I mean, I don't know, the best bartender or whatever was hanging in there. The drinks were fabulous. Very, very nice. They had the disco room where there was like a Herman the Monster in there. He was super duper tall. He was like 2 stories tall. You would be on the dance floor, and if you went atop on the second floor, you could still see. He was like you could see his head or something that was still in the shot.
All
If you
around
took
the
pictures,
hallway.
always you could see the different fixtures. It was a really beautiful ship, very attractive, very colorful, and if if you are aware of what my favorite color is, I'm the aqua blue turquoise girl, and it had so much out in the atrium was so colorful and beautiful and full of that color. Yeah, that was like one of my favorite ships to be on, and I kind of think we were on it when it was pretty new. Like I said, it was 2004, so I don't know. I'll check out the year of the ship, but it had just come to Maryland. I want to say that year. I actually think it was just there just that year because we were on it like in May, and a couple of my coworkers had taken it in September, and I think they were on like pretty much the last month or something of that. So I don't think it was in Maryland for long, but it definitely we were absolutely happy that it was there because it was new, and who doesn't love new? So along with that, we also love to get to really know our head maitre d, because I mean it's just they're nice. They're always nice, and they greet you. When you come in, not the head waiter or their assistant, the head maitre d. Actually, and I think on this particular one, we had we had to. Let me see. Was it this one? I'm kind of thinking this particular one. Which is probably he was probably so nice and just so cool with everyone. We left him, or he could meet up with us on one of the locations where we were. So he had to fly to where we were on like the second stop or something. So he I don't remember the name. I'm like again, 2004, but he was so super super nice and attentive to all of, I guess, whoever, as many as he could be. He just went out of his way to be super nice, to come around and greet everybody. Or if you're coming in to the dining room or leaving out of the dining room, he would greet you, and he would good night and all that. So he just really went out of his way to just be super memorable. So we definitely wanted to be photographed from him. And a lot of the head waiters too, we get familiar with them too. As time went on, we really learned to appreciate and how to tip very well when it came to the head waiter, their assistant, the maitre d, the head maitre d, things like that. So with time you advance and you learn more and more about everything as it is. Just like now we've learned, I believe it was on, yes, La Lido Loca, Tony had interviewed a waiter, I want to say, probably, or he could have been a steward. I'm not sure, cabin steward. But he talked about how their preference is when you want to, a lot of people like bring candy and bring, things like that, or just like want to tip them some change or something like that. They appreciate, one of the top things I remembered were calling cards where they could call back home to their families with a nice amount of money on it. So who doesn't love money, of course, but that just gave them the option to have it tied up into, making phone calls. So they were they were great with that type of a gift. So I just think that's something that it made sense. I mean, they said they could purchase whatever they wanted out of the stores. So we really didn't need to be bothered with getting them candy and things like that. But I mean, if you don't know, you don't know. So once he said that, I'm like, that makes sense. Yeah, why couldn't you buy what you need on the ship? So we toured, I know Key West was one. I believe we were, and if it wasn't San Juan, it was St. Thomas. I'll, I'll, I'll get it straight when I look back on it. I kind of want to say it was St. Thomas. I'm mad I don't have the exact stuff. Definitely remember Key West. One thing about traveling to tropical locations, the trees when are just beautiful, fully bloomed, beautiful colors. And like always, the dancing, the dancing in the main dining room. So we like to participate in the dancing, and that's something that they recommend. They Carnival wants you to get up and be entertained, and to entertain them as well. So when they get up and they do the little line dances around or whatever, we've done that on the Lido too. They want you to participate, so we participate. This particular time, I could get Howard when he got up to do the jig. Yeah, it was just a really, really great time. I just wanted to come on and share. And oh, yeah, also, I just have this fascination with decorating, getting the rooms decorated. At times, it's been like, I'll say, like this is, we never go during his birthday because it's always in the winter. So I'll just say, this is your birthday, da 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 da, whatever. Or I'll just get a Bon Voyage or, just something like that. We're cruising, we're going away type of decoration. Doesn't have to be birthday, anniversary, nothing like that. So this particular time it was just Bon Voyage. And it's always a surprise for him. And another thing that was like the very main thing that I completely forgot before we even left for the trip. I had car service for us to be picked up to go down to the port. And of course, to be picked up from the port to go back home. So, and I don't, you may have heard me mention in past videos, that is the professional driver. He always drives, when we're going, he's the driver. So he would drive down to the port and of course you would just, pay the fee or whatever. Or like one time, I think we had someone drop us off and pick us up. But usually we'll just, do a shuttle service or, no, that was the airport. Was that the airport? Yeah, that was the airport. Okay. Yeah, I guess so. He usually drives, but it was, I believe, our second cruise. So I just wanted to, surprise him with that. Yeah, so I just wanted to share that journey on the Carnival Miracle where we had such an amazing time on such a pretty, pretty, pretty ship. I haven't been on one of Carnival ships that I think is unattractive or isn't exciting enough to feel as though I think it's an attractive ship. But this one it was just the colors were just so, so, so pretty, at least for me. Look at that face right there. That's that woman that loves to rant. I forgot to tell you all about the celebrity sitting in bed talking about cruising. Let me show you. Any ideas? She told us to call her Fantasia every time that we saw her. We thought that was the funniest thing ever, but we did, and she got a lot of attention, and it just made our cruise as well as made hers. So that was our exciting celebrity sighting on the cruise ship. Hilarious. So, but in the next video, I will mention something that I never hear people talk about, and it's something that I have not done yet. And just tell me if this is something that you would do on your next cruise. I don't know if anyone other than Carnival does this, and I don't even know if Carnival still does this, but we'll talk about that in the next one. So, thank you for hanging out. Bye bye.